every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox postgame podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Okay, how about that? Welcome into the ToddFox postgame show. I am your host, ToddFox. So great start, huh? Great start. Let me just refresh everything because my computer loves to mess with me. This game sucked. Welcome into the ToddFox postgame show again. I'll just put it to you this way. Great start. 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets is the place to go if you want to catch up on everything, anything, anywhere. Just put in the promo code HITI, H-I-T-I, and you get a free 10% off. Well, you get 10% off of your purchase for tickets and a 5% for your next purchase moving forward. And you also entered in to win a New Jersey free of Halos in the Infield and 714 Tickets. With that being said, I had to go as calm as I could possibly go because what happened tonight is an abomination of what happened, what this team has become. What this team has become is something like we didn't think that they could be this incompetent or this freaking bad as a baseball team. When you're playing a team that has 4 wins, 4, and they have no one out there. Hell, Matt Duffy is one of their prominent starters. He's the only one hitting 300, and they just look so good against us. And how did the Royals score that many runs? They're terrible. They have a terrible baseball team. Seriously. I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, I'm just going to play it now.
Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. Mess me around and then most of all, never call, baby, when you say I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. Yeah, I'll be over at 10, you told me time and again.
This is a terrible way to be at home after coming off a road trip, disappointed, losing, having a losing road trip against the Yankees and Red Sox, who were primed to be beaten for once. Coming home against Kansas City and Oakland, you have no business losing if you want to be a contender. And yet they come out here tonight in front of a packed house again and lose. And they lose 11-8. And we're going to go over some of the things that happened in this game it's unbelievable. You literally had 2 big home runs by your boy Renfroe. You had Mike Trout going deep, having an RBI single, 8 runs, 12 hits, and lose. Quijada blows the save. It was a buttercup game. They allow 5 runs in the 9th inning after scoring 2. Every time, look, the Royals scored 1 in the 3rd. Angels answered. Royals get 2 runs back before you can even come back from the bathroom. They get 1 run back on the Renfroe home run. It's 3-2. The Angels get a 2-run blast from Trout. They're up 4-3. They proceed to give up 3 runs to the Royals and fall behind. Then they get 2 more to tie. Then they get 2 more on the 2-run blast by, of all people, Matt Thaiss. Matt Thaiss hits a big 2-run shot. And all of a sudden, the Angels got the lead. And then all of a sudden, dude, Quijada out there too long. I mean, he plunks the guy with the bases loaded to go-ahead run on an 0-2 pitch. An 0-2 freaking pitch, dude. It's incredible. And then I want to look at the lineup real quick. First off, Trout 3 hits again. The home run, 2 RBIs, right? The glaring ones for me, Anthony, I don't give a shit, Rendon, 0 for 4. And then you had Ohtani, 0 for 5 again, still pressing at the plate. Still can't hit the broadside of a barn. Could pitch his way, though, out of anything. Urshela had 4, I would say, just unproductive outs, or because he had a runner at third at one point, ground or at second with nobody out. Instead of bunting, Urshela hits a sharp grounder to third, waste of an out. Drury had 1 hit tonight, a run, but Thaiss had 2. Neto had 2 and an RBI. They still left 10 men on base. The Royals have 5 guys hitting below 200. And again, another team, now they get their 5th win. They're 5-16. 5-16, people. This is not a good team at all. I mean, they're literally... That's the rest of the league laughing at us. Along and the Mariner fans, after we were trolling them today, they're laughing at us too. And then we're just sitting there as Angel fans like,
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
and you know what, Quijada? Fuck you, because you know what? This is what I want to tell you.
You play ball like a girl!
Exactly! What the hell was that, Quijada? And then guess what? So we're chatting right in the heaty chat room, and we're going back and forth, busting each other's balls. But when you see Aroldis Chapman, for some reason, coming in the 7th inning, and I'm looking up at his ERA when the scoreboard was right, because shout out to Anaheim Stadium. They actually said 9 runs were scored in the 9th inning by the Royals, and that it was a combined no-hitter by both teams. No team had a hit in the 9th inning, and it was 15-8 at that point. That was the scoreboard by Anaheim Stadium. But anyway, Aroldis Chapman, I looked it up because I had to double check because their stats, they weren't doing a good job at all with the scoreboard. He's pitched now 9 innings and not allowed a run. That's freaking good. Why is he pitching in the 7th and not closing for a shitty Kansas City team? I don't know. But Fernando came out there and said, boy, I would love to have him on the team. And that was before the 7th inning. And I was like, well, Quijada's not that bad. Famous last words. Because, man, did he suck tonight. I mean, as soon as he came in, he started just pouring gasoline on the fire, and it was... And then you just saw the Royals. And that was it, man. That was freaking it, dude. Because in all actuality, you want to go out there and give it your best shot, have your best matchups. They were thinking lefty on lefty. And, dude, you take out Quijada. It just showed after the first 2 or 3 batters. Take him out. He didn't have it. But Nevin was not doing this.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Well, we played to just play it, and we lost. And it was just like this all night. I'm sorry, I'm just having fun with sound bites tonight because I'm so fucking pissed tonight. Because in attendance, it was a great game. When you're there and the home runs are going off like crazy, the fireworks, and it's back and forth. At first, you're like, man, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time at this game. But then you're like, well, we're playing the Royals. You know, we should be blowing these MFers out. Instead, we're freaking just, we're playing with this. Again, how many times have I told you we play down to our opponents, no matter who it is? The Angels should be blowing some of these teams out. But again, You have combined hitters right there, one for 13 between Rendon, your boy Ohtani, and Drury. 1 for 13 and leaving a bunch of guys on doing nothing. And they still score 8 runs. They still score 8 runs. I mean, Rendon looks more and more like a waste of space every day. Every day goes by, he just suckier and suckier. No home runs, 9 RBIs, 6 RBIs have come via sacrifice. He's useless. And Urshela, you can lump him in there tonight. Usually he's been good, but he didn't have a good night tonight. And you still score 8 runs. So the hitting wasn't the problem. Anderson didn't pitch good at all tonight. He didn't seem to have it at all. He left a lot out there. Austin Warren came in, did an all right job, mopped up a little bit. Wantz did a good job. But Quijada was god-awful. Anderson was awful. And to a Royals team that has nothing, man. This team has no future right now. I mean, they are just in the wind. And, dude, come on. How in the world is this team the way it is right now? It's so sad. It's so sad that this team is 5-16, and we are now 11-12. 11-12, man. I would not have thought that this team would be in the situation that they are right now. And I would have thought that right now the Angels would have turned things around, got some wins under their belt, but no. And I look at let's just look at this before we get into the awards for tonight, because I'm actually trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it as PC as I possibly can, because I'm upset, man, and like everyone else should be upset. Let's look at the standings right now, because who cares? Remember I told everybody, if we're going to make a wild card, we got to watch the East, the American League East, not only in our own backyard with Seattle, but we got to watch the East. Well, Tampa Bay's 18-3, Baltimore's 13-7, Yankees 13-8, Toronto 12-9, Boston's 11-11. Okay? Who gives a shit about the Central? Nobody. So one team's going to win there. Texas is magically 13-7. Oh, by the way, Houston's over 500 for the first time. Could have told you that was going to happen, and did tell you that was going to happen. Seattle's 10-11, same record, but they've won 2 in a row. They're catching up, and they're going to get better. Do you see us getting better? No. 10-11 as well. 4-4 at home, 6-7 on the road. Losing to a team of Kansas City's caliber, 5-16. They have a -50 differential in runs scored. 4-4 on the road. They are 1-12 at home. Boy, it would have been nice to get them at home like Texas did, but we get them at our house, and we play down to the opponent. So what should that tell you? Well, first that should tell you, Todd, you're extremely late in the awards. So let's give it to the Stamos tonight. The Stamos Award for Best Performance on the Field. Let's just check it out. The John Stamos Award presented to you by 714 Tickets for best performance on the field tonight's game with the Angels. James, play them highlights of Hunter Renfroe hitting those 2 home runs. He is Mike Trout's stunt double, and Mike Trout's stunt double hit 2 home runs tonight. He was wearing the samurai helmet, and he had a big double in this game. He had a career night tonight almost. 3 big hits tonight. He was excellent. Hunter Renfroe is your player of the game. Although in a losing, effort, not his fault, by all means not his fault. But I'll tell you another guy who came close to actually getting the Stamos Award, and it was a former Angel. It was Matt Duffy. He went 3 for 4 tonight. He scored 3 runs and had an RBI and a walk. So he got on 4 out of 5 times. You're talking about the only guy who can hit 300. Matt freaking Duffy, school teacher looking Duffy, goes 3 for 4 and a walk. He seemed to come up there with a big hit every time and scored each time. And the Angels gave that one up, I mean, look, I wouldn't have wanted to sign Duffy back. I'm not like, oh my God, he had a good game against us. We should have kept him. No, he ran his course last year. That's great. But for him to do what he couldn't do all last year sucked. So, I mean, he had some nice games for us here and there, but that's about all he'll give you. But it figures tonight, that's all he gave you, and that's all they needed. And it wasn't just him. I mean, if you look up the Royals lineup, up and down their lineup, they killed us tonight. I mean, look, like power hitters such as Merriweather Jr., the only guy I knew was 1 for 5. Olivares was 1 for 5. Salvador Perez did his normal 2 for 4. He always kills us. Melendez, 2 hits. Dozier, 3 hits. He raised his average with those 3 hits to 196, by the way. Melendez raised his average to 169. Way to go. You had Eaton, 0 for 0.40. Wow, that guy sucks. Lopez got a hit in his only at bat. And Isbell got a hit. They still left 12 guys on base. So, I mean, come on. The save goes to Barlow, his second. He's holding down an impressive 8 ERA. This team is awesome. 5-16. They have no business. Tomorrow we're trying to win the rubber game. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And I think you all know who gets the Stamos, well, who gets the nacho night.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
I love the nachos thing, but look, here's the final line right here. It's very look at Anderson, 5 1/3, 6 runs, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 strikeout. One strikeout. His ERA now balloons to 7.20. So was he worth the money? I don't know. Jury's still out. I'm not going to call it right now. But so far, we're not getting the best of Anderson. We're not even getting mediocre Anderson. I remember in the preseason, Fernando was like, hey, you know what? What do you project Anderson to get as an ERA, starting pitcher, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? He's not going to have a 2.47 ERA. I'm predicting anything under 4, I'm good with. Like if he has a 3.75, a 3.90 ERA, and he could probably pull in about 12, 13 wins, I'm good with that. I'm good with the contract. 13-5, 13-7. Okay, fine. 3.90 ERA, good. Does that look possible now? If you say if you take what he's done in the first sample in April, no, he's not going to reach those numbers at all. He'll be under 500 and he'll have a 5 ERA. He's looked rather shitty in his last 3 starts. So push that aside. And now you go down to Quijada. And again, I'm going to toot my own horn because I was the one saying that, yes, he can be very dominant if he pinpoints that fastball. But if he's wild in these situations where he has to come in here, he gets really emotional, he tends to overthrow the ball. Everyone says, you don't know what you're talking about, man. He's got good stuff. He could be the closer instead of Estevez. Yeah, I'm not too sold on Estevez either. But to me, if you had to look for guys that have been in situations and more reliable, again, I would have picked Herget. But with Herget out of the way, give me Estevez. Let that guy pitch. That's what you brought him in here for. Nah, let's use him in the 7th inning. Okay, we'll go with Quijada then. All right. He's gotten you 4 saves out of 4 opportunities. But against Kansas, okay, I would have predicted against New York or Boston shit the bed. Against Kansas City? Okay. He comes in there and makes him look really good. And again, going back to what Fernando said, wow, okay, I really wish I had Aroldis Chapman right now. Who knows? You know Kansas City only picked him up so they could trade him and get a couple more prospects at the deadline. There's no way in the world Chapman remains on this team at the end of the season. Greinke could be gone too. Unless he decides to be really weird and close out his career in Kansas City for some reason. But both those guys should be on contenders. But easily, the Nacho Night Award goes to Quijada. Quijada's final numbers in what was one of the most devastating innings. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits allowed, 5 runs, 5 all earned, 2 walks, and a hits batsman. Raises the ERA to 5.19. excellent, excellent baseball tonight. Again, losing to a 4-16 team coming into it. Angels are now 10-11. The season's not over by any stretch of the imagination. Not one bit. However, it is the same old song and dance, just different and better talent, which hurts a little bit more. So if you want to take the proverbial knife and stick it in my back and twist it, that's what you're doing. You're giving me all this false hope about this team can break out and score 6 to 8 runs on a nightly basis. But then they don't. Because the pitching's really good and you get a 2-0 win like you did last night off of one hit. Those nights seem to come here and there more often. Or you score like you did tonight, which is kind of rare because these guys haven't been hitting on all cylinders. You got a ton of injuries. Don't have O'Hoppe, don't have Stassi, don't have Walsh. Rendon's shit the bed. Ohtani can't hit no more. That's panic button stuff. But that's what we're feeling right now. There's an enormous amount of pressure on this ball club to win. And the fact that you're 10-11 and it feels like any other year where you just slop a shitty roster around Trout and try to paint a brown turd blue or red and make it another color and say, hey, it's a polished turd. It's not an actual turd. Try to sell the fans on that. No, it's different. We got talent now. Supposedly. We don't have a true true closer. That's probably one of the things we're missing. And it reared its ugly head tonight. But my point being is this team could be a lot better. And for us to be hovering at 10-11, about to close out the month of April, where we are all hoping, just give us 3 or 4 games over at the end of April. We're not asking to be 10 games over. Hell, the Pittsburgh Pirates are 15-7. They are 8 games up of over 500. If you don't play fantasy baseball or don't even want, or you're a casual fan, you can't name me a Pirate. Unless you go back and say, Kay McCutcheon, because he's back. But that team is 15-7. However they're doing it, they're 15-7. That should be where the Angels are at. But no, okay, that's fine. Don't give us 15-7. Give us 12-10, 13-9, something. But no, we're 10-11, and you can say, oh, you're overreacting. It's 21 games. It's only April. Well, what happens? I talked to James Malou tonight on the way out of the ballpark. And he was like, dude, we've heard this before. It's only April. Angel fans say it's only May. And then it's only June, and then we're out of contention before the All-Star break. I don't want another year of that, man. It sounds like I'm complaining, man. But damn, I'm tired of it. And losses like this don't make me forget previous seasons of failure. It just makes me want to just... Oh!
Let's play hard. Let's play smart. Use your head.
I said lump 3 feet above our ass, right, Jimmy?
Well, some more prominent than others there, Doris.
Because if this team keeps going down this track right now, it's going to be... And that's it. Because I'm tired of fans coming at me and saying it's only April. Because I just want to yell back,
How dare you?
because it sucks. It sucks hearing the same shit every year. And we're just not doing it. It just amazes me how you can go from good pitching one night, barely can scratch home a run, to scoring all kinds of runs, to not being able to stop anybody. So this is too much, man. Because right now, this guy is just hemorrhaging right now.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
And then you can only want as much John Stamos. Because right now, too, last soundbite I'm going to play right now is this is what I want to say about this team.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Exactly. This team is just, it's got me to a point where I want to scream, kick, and yell, but I can't. And I've been staying monotone. We went with a family tonight, and man, the vibe in that stadium was very good. It was exciting going back and forth. And again, you're catching yourself because it's a good game, but you're like, wait a minute, we're going toe to toe with the Royals here. There's something wrong. And it was what is it called? Girl Scouts night. So you had a lot of young kids in the stands, a lot of young girls screaming, chanting, let's go Angels. And it was a good vibe. The kids made it really fun. They're bouncing around the beach balls. They had one of those kazoo horns and everything. I don't know how they snuck it in, but they got it in, and everyone was having a good time. It was having a really good time. And boy, the life was sucked out in the ninth inning, man. That was the first time I've been to a fireworks night where I didn't stay for the fireworks. I just wanted no part of the stadium after that, especially when Ward came up and struck out promptly on 3 strikes. Trout did the same. Ohtani weakly ground out. That was terrible, too. They just went into the night like, whatever. Like, let's go. It was so terrible. I mean, the life was sucked out of that stadium. And, we weren't the only ones that left. I would say about more than half the fans got up and left like it was a normal thing. Just didn't care. There was no vibes to stick around the fireworks. Kids and everything, they weren't asking their parents to stay. Like, F this place. Let's leave. It was embarrassing. So embarrassing tonight. So let's get into the comments, because we got a bunch of them. Josh wants to remind everybody, 714 tickets, because 714 tickets, we've had so many people come up to us. You got to purchase tickets to anything and you could use it multiple times. It's not just one time. Multiple times. You could use it to get that 10% off of your purchase and 5% for your next purchase. Quijada pissed off Dan Rios. Why do you build me up, Buttercup, is what Grillmaster's saying. Also, Jason Hess says, we need a damn closer. We sure do. DFA Quijada. You need to get a better version of that song. No, I don't want to get demonetized on this channel. Jason says, Ohtani is gone. What a roller coaster road that was tonight, Marty says. And what's up, Marty, my boy? XNC says, why did Phil Nevin challenge that insignificant call at first base in the 6th inning? I don't get it. Another great call, by the way. Sterling Jard says, it's just a game. I know it's just a game. But, yeah, if you're an Angels fan, you can't say that after 8 seasons of suck. I watched the whole game. I need a drink. Go Padres at this point. Vince is already starting to tap out. Marty says, best part of the game was Blue getting struck in the nuts. Exactly. His nuts were hit hard, and that was hilarious. I mean, he got hit so hard. I don't think anyone felt bad for him, so that was freaking hilarious. And when you talk about this team, we all want to think playoffs, but our automatic response now to people who say we can still get to the playoffs playing like this.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Exactly. Drury got a hit, at least Grillmaster says. The Angels can still take the series tomorrow. Sterling says, yeah, but you lose to the Royals. Come on. That's like when you have a one-night stand and you're too drunk to remember who it was until you wake up in the morning and you thought you went to bed with a 9, but you went to bed with a 3. That's what it feels like losing to the Royals. Todd, and the Willy Wonka sound effect, you lose, you get nothing. That is a good one, too. I gotta pull that one up. Also, I was watching the game. There was so many camera glitches. There was a lot tonight. Tigers have more hope than the Angels this year, Sterling says. XNC says, I love Ohtani, but I'm sorry. You just can't bat third and have no contribution at all. And this has been quite a few nights in a row, by the way. Aroldis Chapman doesn't close because Scott Barlow exists. Yeah, but Scott Barlow has an 8 ERA. Also, Todd speaking too soon once again. Exactly. Marty says he certainly was an out-of-date Spicy for sure. Or Spicy Rendon sucks. Steve Lease right there. No consistency with these guys. We are 10 and 11. Dan says, nice interview of Nick in the UK. Curious what he thinks of today's dumpster fire. Yeah, that's going to have to be one that I have to talk about with him or see if we can get his view of what happened right there. Also, Jason Hess says if we lose the A's series again, yeah, I know, right? Stamos, Matt Duffy. It was close. Let's see. Robert says not buying another damn ticket till we do something. Yeah, I mean, that's my dad. Papa Fox is like, boy, I can't go to the game tonight because I invited him too. I said it's going to be fun tonight. They're going to beat up on the Royals again. Another one I didn't call right. Also, I thought the review dude for the Angels should get the Nacho Award for challenging that safe call. He was in by a damn mile. Even a blind Freddy could have seen that. Let's see. Can you tell Randy to unblock me? Please. I can't tell him to do anything, my man. Nacho Knight to the umps for not knowing the rules and when they were hitting in the ninth. I turned on the game. Big 20 says the last inning and they lost the game. And yeah, after watching Mud Supercross and main events. And yeah. Robert says bullpen by committee doesn't freaking work. You need a shutdown guy. That's why the guy who throws in the ninth inning is the closer, and the closes a freaking game every time. That's what championship teams do, and that's been my point this entire time. I don't like closers coming in and tie ball games. I don't like a bullpen by committee either. Also, Duff against his former team. Hunter Dozier, also an Angel killer. Scott Barrows. Yeah, I know he's their closer, but he sucks. Anderson had one good year and gets paid from or leaves the Dodgers front office and gets all the hype. Send down Quijada, bring up Herget. Grillmaster Chapman has not allowed a run yet, so he does not suck. Marty says the ninth inning was like getting knocked down and then kicked in the nuts about a dozen times. Little Wayne, also says it is really Quijada, Herget, Tepera, Estevez' fault for melting down late when any scout could tell you that these guys are setup man at best, not closers. It's the GM's fault for not acknowledging it. That's one of the things we were saying this entire time was get a legitimate closer. Josh says I could list some Pirates players off. Mateo says, where's the Buttercup song? I played that earlier. Brian Reynolds coming up clutch for the Pirates, though. Yeah, I know Brian Reynolds. But I'm just saying most fans don't know these guys. Let's see. Also, I'm going to burn this bridge, fire Nevin. It looks like a lot of people want that now already. Cam Swaggy says, I'm supporting my NL team Pirates. At least that team comes to play every night. God damn, the Angels are just disappointing. And to bring up what you just said, Cam Swaggy, the Pirates are a team that is always going to have that moniker, except for those years where they actually built a playoff roster, of a young, talented team that can always scratch, kick, bite, and claw their way to a victory. They could be fun at times. They're going to get their lumps because they're young and unproven. But something seems a little bit different. And when you're able to sprinkle in a couple veterans to go along with all the young talent, sometimes it clicks. And right now, for the Pirates, good for them. It's clicking right now. It's good for them. And I hope it continues to click for them. I really do. I want to see them improve and be there with the Cubs and challenge the Cardinals. But we haven't had that feeling here with the Angels. We've never had that feeling here with the Angels where we can look at them and say, hey, they're growing. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that. Usually it's just like, hey, let's just surround a team with Trout. Let's keep adding players, one-year deals, bargain basement guys. It doesn't work that way. Mateo, I feel your pain every time you post this. I want playoff baseball. Damn it. Robert says, bought my tickets on 714 tickets tonight. Came in clutch. Exactly. Cup check. Mateo says, I wish ball players would wear a cup more, Matt says. Also, XNC says, I know Ohtani has an enormous amount of workload, and he's probably leading the MLB in WAR right now. But since the series against the Nationals, his OPS is like 500. That's a span of 11 games. He has been pretty bad. Big 20 says, I partied last night when my friend and I got hammered as fuck. Okay. Team's not going to win if you're batting third in the lineup can't perform or performs like that. You're number 3 guy. I'm already worried about the Oakland series, Grillmaster says. I was worried about these 7 games before it started. You think we can still turn our season around? Yes, Mateo. There's plenty of time. There's 140 games, 139 or whatever you want to call it. But you cannot continue to trend like this. At some point, you got to turn around fast. Also, I wonder who called Anderson sucking this year. Robert's taking credit for it. Robert's like, you know what? I'm honking my own horn on this one. Also, let's see. Last year was an anomaly. Grillmaster says he will not repeat the same success. Mateo says, I want Nevin to stay. I'm pretty picky about my managers and the Angels. Big 20 says, I know Andrew McCutchen and Carlos Santana and the G-Man Choi. XNC says, I hope Phil Nevin leads us to the playoffs, but man, he tends to make some simple situations complicated. Agreed. Grillmaster says, I didn't like the Anderson pickup at all. Frankly, call up Bachman. There's a lot of guys you can call up, but again, some of these guys are going to take some hits, man. Silseth, who knows? He's probably your best bet to come up and not crap the bed anytime soon. But I'm telling you, a lot of these pitchers are going to come up and just struggle like that. And then they're going to – and then we're going to –
You serious?
So we're going to have – because right now the bullpen by committee, every time you look at someone warming up, you kind of get this feeling.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
And that's the problem. I miss the good old days. I miss the good old days when it was Brendan Donnelly, Scott Shields, Frankie Rodriguez, Troy Percival. Or even when it was just Brendan Donnelly, Scott Shields, Frankie Rodriguez. There's something to a particular way of doing things that has always worked. And there's that coined phrase of, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Because to me, I've always liked the fact of pitchers having roles. And not buttering roles, but roles in the bullpen. Like Aaron Loup was brought over here, let's face it, to be a 7th and 8th inning guy. We ruined him last year thanks to Joe Madden by pitching him in situations he wasn't accustomed. Tepera was supposed to be an 8th inning guy. I've yet to see him pitch in an 8th inning on back-to-back nights his entire time here in Anaheim. And you're supposed to have a closer. And last year, Rossiel Iglesias was the guy. Yeah, you would love for him to be here. And here's the thing, too. Iglesias has been hurt this entire time, speaking of which. And you remember when Chavez was on Atlanta the first time? And he was lights out. He came to Anaheim, sucked ass. We DFA'd him. Went to Atlanta, was lights out. We get him back on a trade for the second time. Sucked ass again here. We DFA'd him. Goes back to Atlanta this year. Iglesias gets hurt. No big deal. Chavez to the rescue. 9 for 9 in saves. How about them apples? Supposedly Chavez lives in the Anaheim-Fullerton area, was a dream to come home and pitch in front of his friends and family in his old backyard, but each time he came here, sucked ass. And now he's pitching his ass off in Atlanta. Again. Third time. So, rub salt in the wound. And again, like someone's commented earlier, you have several pitchers on this roster who can look like decent setup guys or even 7th inning guys. And you're like, I'm cool with that. I'm good with those roles. I'm good with Quijada coming in the 7th inning. I'm good with Herget 7th inning. I'm good with Lupin Tepera 8th or even 7th inning. You can rotate those. Estevez, same thing. I think he's a better 8th inning guy. Because in the 8th inning so far, he's been lights out. But man, oh man, do we need a closer. And it's not just this game. It's several games over so far. This is like the 7th blown game by the bullpen. So, I mean, you're blowing leads out to the 6th inning. You're wasting good offensive performances when we actually get them. And there's still, and that's the thing that's scary. There's still room for improvement hitting wise. Because you can still do more if you have more consistent play. Again, we don't have Walsh. I don't know what kind of factor Stassi's going to be. But Ohapi's not out there. I mean, Theis actually came through. And speaking of Theis, dude, there's so much that happened in this game. I didn't even because we have the transcript of what Theis said, with that home run. And it went a little something like this. Oh, man, did you see that? Oh, that ball flew off my bat so fast. I can't even see it. My eyes, Like, where'd it go? And the umpire's like, circling his finger around like, that's a home run. Hey, you're doing that swirly thing again. What does that mean? They're like, run, douche. You just hit a 2-run homer. He said, oh, that's what the fireworks are for? Oh, yeah. I did something good, man. Nevin's not going to beat me. Yeah. And he comes over. He's like, give me the fucking hat, man. I want to wear the hat. I'm going to catch some waves. And, yeah, I'm going to go surfing with Mountain Dew King, man. That was a great home run. Yeah. That's our boy Theis, dude. And he even came up with 2 hits tonight. First 2 hits of the season. And you still lose. You still lose. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. This team could be so much better, yet they continue to disappoint. Like, you really want to say, hey, we turned the corner. We're going to start hitting better now. We're start taking advantage of the pitch clock. We're going to start stealing. Nope. I mean, if Anderson pitches mediocre tonight, they probably win. They probably still hang on and win. But he was bad. He was bad. And he looked decent in warm-ups. I'm like, okay, maybe he's going to have a good game. In the first couple innings, I mean, he had no hits through. I think it was Duffy that got the first hit. So, what a game, man. And that game felt like 4 hours, and it was done like in, I think, just under 2.5 hours, maybe like 2:20.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
There you go. So if you want to call in, 714-598-3221. Jaime as a closer, I don't know about that. Although he's pitched really good lately, I don't see him as a closer. Supra.
Every day, man. It's painful.
That's good. I was like, are you torturing someone or are they torturing Supra?
The Angels are torturing me right now. But what the fuck was that? Like, actually, oh my God. We could have won that game and we would have been over 500. I would have been happy. We would have been happy. But
yeah.
No. Quijada decides to hit the first batter and fucking mess up the fucking game. And one thing I have a complaint about Quijada is, like, he should stop fucking acting like his fastball is like 100 miles an hour. He only throws like 94, 96. It's not overpowering at all. And he needs to learn how to fucking throw off-speed pitches. He's not going to fucking strike out every guy with his quote-unquote overpowering fastball, man. Like, seriously. That's the only complaint I have.
And here's the one thing as a closer, and that's what got me frustrated about Estevez. Every time you have Estevez out there, he lets the first guy on, no matter who. And I don't like when closers do that. They dance around and they let guys get on base, and you always want to get that first out to start a closing situation. And right there when he hits him, I'm like, dude, like, really, man, you're just setting yourself up for failure. And lo and behold, man, like you said, he hits that first guy. He winds up hitting in the go-ahead runner as well. I mean, they got into that pickle to get 2 more runs. It's like, wow, really, dude? Like, we're really going to do this to the Royals?
Yeah, man. This is a team we need to, like, take advantage of. Like, we need to, like, beat the absolute fuck out of these teams, man. But, like, we don't take advantage of it. Instead, we just like play down on them. Like, we play to their level, which is bad. We're not going to win any games if we do that. That's not how we play games, man.
Yeah, I mean, you literally watch every other team against Kansas City score 10 to 12 runs. I mean, literally every team is kicking their ass. And
yeah.
They're only getting lucky and barely beating some teams to get those 4 wins, but every team is just beating them down. Their ERAs are terrible. I mean, but no. I mean, like, not only are we scoring a lot of runs on them, we're allowing more runs. It's like at some point the pitching's got to pour some water on that fire. And, as this thing drags on and we're almost finishing up April, I think Perry's getting the pressure to make a move or two here. I mean, he almost has to. You got to stop the bleeding now.
Harry needs to call up Joyce. I'm a huge advocate for Joyce. We're 19th in average fastball velocity, which is 93.1 miles per hour in relievers only. Like, we need a fucking fireballer. We don't have that. Like, Estevez, we got him to get a fireballer, but he hasn't thrown a single 100 miles per hour fastball yet. I want to see that, man. Like, we need like fireballers. Even Kansas City has fucking fireballers, man. They have this guy who threw in like the 6th or 7th inning, I don't remember, and they have fucking Chapman, and we have nobody. Like, we don't have any overpowering stuff. Ben Joyce has that overpowering stuff, and some people, when I say this in the Angels community, like in Twitter, they say, "Oh, Ben Joyce is not ready." Well, what the fuck do you call the bullpen right now then? Like, what the fuck do you call that shit? Like, what the fuck do you call the bullpen right now? Like, you can't. You can call that our Ben Joyce not ready, but what do you call this? I say, I don't know what to say no more, man. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be a shakeup here soon, and I think there will be, because you can't allow it to continue to go like this. So there's going to have to be either guys making changes, they're going to have to pull some guys out of the rotation and move them into the bullpen. Who knows? Or vice versa. But definitely something needs to happen. Like I said earlier, there needs to be a freaking team meeting. And you might say, well, you're overreacting, but they're not getting the most out of this team on a nightly basis. It just seems like one side's showing up, the other one doesn't, or they don't show up at all. And there needs to be more accountability, and these guys really need to try, because I see other teams lose, and they're like more like, okay, it hurts them, but this team loses like, okay, move on. Tomorrow's another day. So come on, dude, I don't like that attitude.
Yeah, I'm not. Some people are saying I'm crying in the comments. I'm not crying. I'm just pretty pissed off right now. Like, we need leadership. We don't have leadership in this fucking team. Like, Torrey Hunter, I heard he was a leader, and we won some games. I mean, like, Angels had success when we were on there. So, yeah, we don't have leadership. And I was excited that Artie was about to sell on, like, August, because we were going to get, like, a new leadership. So, but he didn't sell. And I was pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's how it is.
It sure is.
They need to step it up in May or June. Like, I don't know too much about Ohtani personally, but it could be a chance he just might just like say, fuck it, I'm gonna request a trade, which is a nightmare. So yeah.
Well, we're definitely gonna see as we roll along, because this season's gonna be just a freaking novella of all kinds of crap going on. The Angels can never get out of their way of drama, so drama's gonna come our way.
Yeah.
Either way. So
yeah. One more thing. I'm just sick and tired of when I search Ohtani, I just see, oh, is Ohtani going to the Mets or Ohtani going to the Dodgers? It's like, and I see Ohtani is the Cubs sleeper team for Ohtani. It's like annoying. Like, no, Ohtani's gonna stay. I want Ohtani to stay. He's not gonna fucking just go. And I don't think he's gonna give up too easily. But man, like, it's just annoying to see those fucking videos. I just want to see Ohtani highlights, not just, oh, yeah. Will Ohtani go to the Braves? And also one more thing about Ohtani, he's fucking step up to the plate, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's feeling demotivated after that Judge robbery. I think his slump started after Ohtani got robbed of that homer from Judge. But he needs to step it up, man. It's already been like quite a few games, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, my man. We'll catch you tomorrow, my man. We'll call back. Hopefully we win the series against Kansas City.
Yep.
All right, brother.
Yep.
All right, later.
Thank you.
All right, that's super right there. Couple more comments, and Drizzle checks in with Angels make me not want to watch baseball anymore. Got a lot of fans were texting me like, hey, we're going to be Padres fans now. Also Marty says Ohtani needs to put the bat down in order to hit a little bit. He's not wrong, and the media is literally trying to manifest Ohtani to other teams. They are. They're trying really hard. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd.
What is
What
up?
the fuck happened tonight? I was watching dirt biking all day. Then there was rain out in dirt bike, and then it was a mud fest, and 2 not top guys won. And then I turn on the Angel game, and it's like, oh, we're gonna win. But no, we was in the 9th inning, and I was like, damn, I'm watching this tomorrow. And now I'm watching surfing, and hopefully my boy Griffin Colpinto can come through and win today and go to the finals or no, semis next. So, yeah, but it sucks that we lost tonight, and and yeah, I don't know. I'm just bummed we lost after my friend's 24th birthday. And yeah, one night of being not partying, because I partied last night. And I stayed out super late. Till like 3 a.m.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Roger Lodge, and we've got a big show coming your way.
So you stayed out last night?
Yeah, because I was like, well, we were at his house, and then we went to his friend's house, and then we went to Denny's, and then it was 3 a.m. when we got back, and I couldn't fall asleep, so I was like, well, I'm going to stay up and protect the house, and then I'll fall asleep. And then I didn't go to bed till like 4 or 5 this morning, and then I slept
if I pull the underwear out
this
of my crack?
morning when I got home, and then tonight I'm just cruising and watching baseball and stuff. But if Randy's listening, he needs to unblock me on Instagram, because I thought I wasn't being serious with what I put on Instagram, because he put something on the Instagram story, and I was just taking letters and stuff, and I wasn't trying to be serious about anything.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think Randy's more,
How dare you?
Well, we'll see. Maybe he'll turn it around and he won't be so mad. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll take the series tomorrow, and I'll call in tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon when we hopefully win. And yeah, on Sunday, Rangers play tomorrow. Or no, I thought. Never mind. I thought they were on the nighttime game, but they're not. But yeah, hopefully we'll win tomorrow, and hopefully it's a good Sunday afternoon, and we win.
There you
we're
go.
All happy again. All right. Go Angels. Call tomorrow. Later.
You got it. Later. All right, that's our boy right there. Big Hammer in the house. Also, Little Wade says, here is why Ben Joyce is not ready. He has twice as many walks as innings pitched, and he's pitching once a week, and he has never pitched back-to-back games. Being frustrated is not a reason to rush him up. Exactly. You don't want to kill his arm either. So I'm with you. Got to refine him. He's got to pinpoint that fastball. He's got to be able to be trusted more before you call him up. Let's see. Randy said Randy's not agreeing with that. Little Wayne says, is Matt Thice on the phone? Dude, I'm telling you, man, I hit the ball so hard. Like, it was like a wave from Hawaii, like, struck me like 20 feet under. Like, it was just crashing on top of me. I felt the power and the force of the fans. I was like, whoa, man. Oh, by the way, did you see Thice, though? There was actually a delay because he couldn't put on his padding right, and he couldn't adjust his, earpiece. He's like, guys, my transmitter won't fit around my ear. Help me put my shin guards on. I think I put them on backwards again. Nevin, I can't put my knee pads on. They're not staying on. I think I put them on backwards. Nevin comes out. The shin guard, the left one's supposed to go on the right. That's what the R stands for on your shin guard. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I thought the R meant red. Freaking Thice is so special. Also, I think Randy is asleep during this call, Marty says. What a game, though. I think, Randy was diddling his ice cream earlier, and only he and a few of us know that answer, because he was snoring during some of the the bad pitching at the end, but he was diddling the ice cream. He had an improper photo, he said, of an ice cream cone. Oh, Randy, we love you. But yeah, at least he was having fun and trying to his boy Trout came through. He was clutch tonight, but unfortunately the pitching was not clutch. Todd doing his Johnny Tsunami impersonation. That's like I'm trying to do like a really bad imitation of Keanu Reeves. I think James told me that. And what is it, Spicoli at the same time. It's like a mixture of the two. But yeah, what a tough loss tonight, guys and gals. I mean, this is I'm telling you. I mean, not even this soundbite can cheer me up.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
See, sometimes I could get me to at least chuckle a little bit, but man, I can't do it. Big 20 says, just watching my recap, and yeah, you did a good job on there, but the team did not. But I don't get how we're 10 and 11 in 21 games. It hurts, man. It hurts, and at some point, this team's got to turn around and look itself in the eye, in the mirror, and say, are we gonna win, or are we just gonna be another 500 team, or we're gonna suck again? Because it is where we're at right now, and if things don't get good, they're gonna continue to be mediocre. And remember how I told you in the standings earlier, a week ago, and Houston was like 4th place, Seattle was ahead of them. These teams aren't going to stay. I mean, look, 21 games in, that's not a lot of sample size, but you're going to turn, this thing around. Houston's not going to suck for very long. Seattle's going to get it going. These teams are going to jump us. I don't believe in Texas. Texas is such a fake-ass team right now. But it's like they could even finish ahead of us in some sort of reality, because if you're not willing to make changes, and it just seems like there's no leadership on this team to where these guys, I know they know the stakes that they're risking, but come on. So I think I'm going to end it here a little early because it's 11 o'clock and I'm frustrated as hell. Went to the game tonight. I really want to oh jeez. The infighting continues. Let's see. I thought he was going to be. Let's see. David Nazaro says losses like this piss me off. Up in 2 in the 9th inning, Blowpen gives up 5. Exactly, and it does. Even if they give up 3 right there, you have an opportunity to maybe knock in 1. But dude, and then Trout strikes out in the 9th. This team is just something to watch, man, and I'm frustrated. I'm babbling right now because I got no words. I yelled it out at the game, man. Frustrated as hell, just like everyone else that was in attendance. I mean, this should have been a gimme. This series should be a gimme. The homestand should be a gimme. We're not playing up to the potential. We're playing down to our competition, and this is what happens. So, with that being said, tomorrow, and see, David's frustrated. A lot of you guys are frustrated. Tomorrow, I'll be here for the post game again, hopefully wrapping up an Angels series win against the Kansas City Royals, who have not won a series yet. And it's going to be I don't know what you take out of this. Whether you win a couple of these games or, you can possibly salvage something against Oakland. Then what? You go into a tough pitcher's ballpark. Like I saw Jordan Lyle is one of the pitchers we're going to be facing up in Milwaukee. Dude's got a really, really good ERA for a veteran. The team isn't particularly killing the ball, but they are literally doing what's needed to win. They got a record of, let's see, Milwaukee coming into tonight. I saw it earlier. Let's see if I can get it over here to the National League for whatever reason. There it is. Yeah, Milwaukee's 15-6. They won again tonight. They're plus 34, runs differential, and their pitching and hitting has been good. They got their half game up on the Pirates. So, I mean, they're not going to be an easy team to play. St. Louis has got off to a slow start, 8-13, but come on. St. Louis has got good stuff. And they always rally. And there's those tough National League ballparks. I mean, we have a really tough May. The month of May is going to be challenging for the Angels. A lot of good teams in the month of May. So, I mean, now's the time to fix any warts you have, but it just seems like these warts are not going away with the cream we're putting on it. That's what she said. I blame Russia for voting for interference on Randy today, Marty says. Let's see. Also, I will tell you what to take. Angels do not have, or what it takes. Angels do not have a complete roster. Bullpen is not good enough. Anderson is not good enough. One or two of these guys are going to play themselves out of the rotation. And Anderson might be one of these guys. Suarez is another one. Maybe we were right. There's way too many lefties in this rotation. So, with that being said, I'm gonna call it a night. We will see you tomorrow. The Angels in a day game tomorrow, and hopefully the Angels can turn around. So, with that being said, everybody have a good rest of your night. Try not to trip too much on each other or the game, and we'll see if they can flip the script. Have a good night, everybody.